Hi, my name is Anna Joy Batchelor.
Chip Williams.
I'm Janika Bates.
John Bell.
Sydney Neely.
Gomer Yusuf.
Cody Prentice.
Avery Franklin.
Nathan Galloway.
Logan Butts.
My name is Rebecca Butcher. I studied abroad this summer with the University of Memphis to cover the Olympics, and it was kind of an internship / study abroad, and we worked as flash quote reporters in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
I'm a journalism major at the University of Memphis in Rio de Janeiro for a study abroad trip with 13 other classmates and my professor. It's a very fun experience.
I am here at the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro as a ONS reporter.
After the athletes get done competing, they go to this area that's called the mix zone area where all the journalists and reporters are. And so I get to be in the mix with the rest of the journalists from around the world, essentially interviewing the athletes and making connections, kind of networking, and getting to talk to athletes that are the best in the world.
My event is beach volleyball, so I'm working with our sports writer at the beach volleyball venue on Copacabana Beach.
We covered all different types of events, but specifically I covered basketball. So I watched somewhere between 35 and 40 basketball games over the course of the 2 weeks that the Olympics went on.
What I did was cover volleyball, both men's and women's, and I got to witness the USA win bronze medals for the men's and women's volleyball team.
I covered boxing as a flash quote reporter.
So I had 4 sports, canoe slalom, shooting rifle and pistol, cycling BMX, and lastly cycling mountain bike.
I wish those were the sports I got, but yeah, it just didn't happen. Boxing was great, but you know, it's nothing like that 4-sport experience.
I really enjoyed canoe slalom. I hadn't heard anything about it before then.
Canoe slalom, where you know you got the guys, they pull up their paddles, and you know they go right here, then they go right here, then 1-1, and then they do a little dab with it. I don't know why they do it. It's just kind of something that happens.
My favorite experience in Brazil, gosh. We went to go pick up our uniforms. We were waiting, and there was a group of people and a few kids, and they were playing a bunch of music and singing, and then the kids started dancing samba. And we go over and we start watching, and then they pull us into their circle and they start teaching us how to dance.
We danced with the little kids, listened to music, and got to hang out and kind of see how their culture is, because the kids grew up here. They dance. I danced for 15 years of my life, so I grew up dancing. And I couldn't even keep up with them. They were incredible.
It was fun because I didn't know them and they didn't know me, but they were willing to have fun and just, they have no like boundaries when it comes to strangers. I mean, obviously those kids, they're so loving.
My favorite experience was getting to cover basketball, even though it wasn't one of my assigned sports. I got to see Team USA play France, so that was pretty awesome. And along with that, I got to interview some pretty amazing NBA players.
Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, guys from other countries, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Andrew Bogut, all these big-time NBA stars that you wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to do otherwise. And it was really life-changing. It was something I was going into it hoping to know if this is something that I wanted to pursue full-time. And coming out of this trip, I can say absolutely.
I'd have to say my favorite experience at work was getting to know the translators and everybody else just from different parts of the world. We kind of came together. We had someone from India, a couple of people from the US, people from Canada, just everywhere. And some could speak, you know, two different languages, and I'm only speaking English. So that was really cool to get to know other cultures and everything. And kind of outside of work, just getting to know the culture of Brazil, getting to know what Rio has to offer. It's definitely a very special city with a very special spirit, and I enjoyed that part of it too.
Well, it's the Olympics.
It was amazing. Honestly, going into it, I didn't think I was going to be able to go. I was the youngest to go.
It was just a wonderful experience, first of all, to go to a different country, and that was my first time I'd ever been out of the country, as well as just to work the Olympics, which is an ultimate goal of a sports journalist, and I was able to do that at a young age, so it was a huge effect on me.
This is an incredible opportunity not only for me to grow as a journalist, but also for me to have an international cultural experience.
From my experience, if there's something that you think you want to try, but like you can think of a few reasons why you shouldn't, or you're scared to do it, just go do it, because you'll probably be fine. That was the first time I've had an experience like that, so it was like it's one of those things where you only know if you could do something if you're put in a pressure situation, so it's like there's not really an equivalent you can do to the Olympics, so like that alone I can say to people, yeah, I ran around and stayed calm and did everything I needed to do, so I can say it's like I can cover a big event like that.
I think it's a huge opportunity. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I will probably not have again. Not everyone can say that they went to the Olympic Games, let alone covered it, and interviewed athletes that are the best in their sport across the country, across the world. So it's huge.
Just having that experience of meeting with the people, covering the Olympics, and seeing people from all over the world, whether maybe from China, Australia, or Kazakhstan, or Argentina, or wherever the athletes or journalists may have came from, just interacting with them and just knowing that all of us can get together for an event such as that is pretty incredible. So I definitely learned a lot from that as a person, and going to Brazil was a big thing for me personally. I'd say even more so than professionally.
I was glad that I got to experience everything that I got to experience. Brazil is a great country. It's a poor country, but the people there are so nice. It doesn't look poor from the Olympic standpoint and how they had everything set up. It was beautiful. The food was amazing. Nothing much more I can say. Brazil's great. The people are great. I loved every single minute of it.
It's a great experience. I've always wanted to study abroad. This was my senior year, and I just wanted to kind of get it in as soon as I could and take this experience for, you know, everything that it could offer me. I would say if you want to study abroad, and I really encourage you to, that you should just have an open mind. It's definitely an experience whether you're studying or doing something more work-based like our group did. Just be open to it. Just be open to the experience and allow yourself to learn.
I would definitely encourage students to study abroad. It's a wonderful experience to get to experience different cultures and different ways of life, and outside of maybe things you've never gotten to experience yourself. Go for it. Don't be afraid to dive straight in when you get there to the customs and the surroundings, and even things like just like the food and the music of the culture you're going to be at.
you should take chances in your life because you never know when they'll come again. Like, I don't know the next time I'll be able to go to Brazil, so I think my advice would be to just, if you don't think you'll get that chance again, you should at least try it, and who knows what will happen. Maybe it'll change your life.
Study abroad. Do it. No, just kidding. I definitely think you should study abroad. Go out there, experience it, take the chance. You won't have any regrets. Studying abroad is something that you will never regret, and no one who has studied abroad say that they wish that they hadn't have. You will love your decision.